Simunition training, now you have this gear on, you have your loaded simunition rounds. Then you have your felony car stop.
1901, I'll be out with that vehicle at 1266 Sutter Avenue in the rear lot. Driver! Occupants of the vehicle! This is the police! You are under arrest!
Your felony car stop is your 4-man scenario where you take care of the driver for whatever the call's for, but there's also a passenger. And most, if not all, of the felony car stop scenarios, the driver has no gun and is following your orders, and then the passenger will get out. And the passenger is aggravated, has a gun, and flourishes on all of you guys, and you have to take them down while still giving this one commands.
Look to your left.
What it does is it spikes your heart rate, gets you really nervous, afraid of what happens next, but you have to be able to maintain a level of control to not attack the driver who's already out of the vehicle, who probably reacted to the gunshots and his partner being shot. You have to keep eyes on that person, finish the job, get him back to the car, searched efficiently, handcuffed, everyone's safe, and then you have to go and approach the vehicle to make sure no one else is in there. And now, after you had shots fired, you're probably thinking, oh, I really hope no one else is in this vehicle.
Hey, occupants of the vehicle, we know you're in there. Come on out. Did that again. I was like, okay, everybody stack up so we can move forward and clear out the vehicle. Cleared out the vehicle, and then we started getting the person that came out of the passenger vehicle in handcuffs and, triage and send an ambulance and all that good stuff.
Felony traffic stops are kind of interesting because it's very easy to see that every person in that scenario has a job. They kind of have a lane that they stay in. And as long as everybody stays in their lane and does that job to the best of their ability, it usually goes pretty well.
Guns on him, that's good. So I think overall it went well.
Anything could happen, anything did happen. We had everything from knives to weapons to somebody just charging at you, like taking off. So being able to pick your fights and how you can control the aspect in the scene.
Every single class on day one, I will ask the group, how many people in this classroom have ever been in a knockdown, drag-out fight, and you have to defend yourself from being assaulted by someone else? And typically, I may have 3 or 4 people that can say they've been in that situation. Kind of worries me that never having a physical fight in your life, but then saying that you want to be a police officer so you can go out and defend other people. If you have never been punched in your face, then how do you know how you're going to react to being punched in your face? We have one day at the Academy is Boxing Day, where they find out.
Boxing Day is really about getting punched in the face, getting the wind knocked out of you, and keeping the motivation to stay in the fight.
Boxing Day is actually 3 days. It is 2 days that consist of 4 hours of training just to learn basic punching combinations.
It's not boxing training, it's how to fight training. I love the Mike Tyson quote of everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. That's the reason we do this.
It teaches you a lot. I mean, you can talk a big game until you get hit, and it's like, oh man, this kind of sucks.
Boxing Day's tough if you've never been in a fight. I'm not one of those people. I've been in plenty of them, so I knew what I was getting into. But it's great training for people that have never been in a fight to understand that you can get punched in the face and you'll be perfectly fine.
You realize I might be an in-shape person, but in the ring I definitely need more cardio. You get to learn, hey, if you don't have your hands protecting your face, you get hit. So it's very self-correcting. Fields and I were the only females we fought each other.
I had never fought before, so I was very, very nervous going into it. Cle Thermis is military and strong and all these things, and I'm like, I'm gonna die. So my mindset was, I'm gonna go in, and I knew I could take a hit, but I never actually hit anybody, so I was like, I just gotta stay standing.
I've never boxed before. I've had some experience with the military with combatives, but that's hand-to-hand, so it's not really striking. It's more MMA. I realized I probably should have taken a lot more body shots. I was focused on headshots, face hits.
I stuck with my plan until I got hit one time, and then I went black and just lost it and just started hitting. I don't know where that came from, I never fought before, but I did pretty good. It was exhausting though, it was so tiring.
I know some people had mixed feelings about it because we only received, like 2 days of training beforehand, so it's kind of like just throwing you in the ring and just seeing if you can take a punch or not.
I boxed Howman, both former Marines. We obviously had a plan going in that, we weren't gonna hurt each other, and then you get that first punch to the face and it kind of shocks you, and you're like, all right, I guess we're going. I don't think I'd been hit to where like I've been dazed that hard, so like being able to know that you can fight through it. I think that's where the turning point was. Like I got hit pretty good, and I was like, okay, I guess we're going a little bit harder than we thought, and I turned it up a little bit. I guess I won. I don't know. He might think differently.
I was in the boxing with Simmons, and yeah, I think he got the best of me. I was too tunnel vision. I was trying to avoid to be maybe injured at that point. The goal of that boxing day is to know how it feels to be punched in the face, and I think I learned it pretty well.
You boxed Jalen, right?
Yep.
I heard there was a lot of smack talk coming from you before that.
It was, but that was from like everyone throughout the class. Like I said one thing and everyone else was just like, yeah, Smith said this, Smith said that. So it was just a little bit of fun before Boxing Day. It was a good time. He landed a good couple of those. He landed some good ones, but also had some good ones on him as well. It was fun. At the end of the day, we still talked about it, and it was like, I think it was the best fight we had that whole entire day.
I definitely won. But I got a couple good shots on him. He got a couple good shots on me, but it was a lot of fun.
I think it was very interesting. I will say this, after graduating, I may pick up boxing, just as a secondary skill to learn.
And it's a big camaraderie thing, like you're cheering people on. You have classmates that go up against each other that you both like. That's seeing like their weaknesses and strengths. So I didn't know, like some people I would never expect can fight.
I'd put it up there with like OC Day. A lot of people have never been sprayed in the face before they get here. It's incredible to know that you can take that and take a punch to the face and know that you're gonna be just fine. You'll get your bearings and you'll fight through it.
Taser training is one of the things that we do that they have the greatest amount of anticipation for. They don't like it, they don't want to do it, but it's a rite of passage.
I loved it. Like, that's so crazy to say.